feel like I should be sipping a cappuccino while wearing a beret inside of a hipster restaurant right now.
With your big ass turtleneck sweater.
Yep. Welcome to Tairimo Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Cody. With me in second chair is the boy who will know the difference between an art film and a B-list movie by the end of this review. It's Jeremy.
I know the damn difference.
No, you don't. We're going to get
I
into
do
that.
too.
And with me in third chair is not Ryan because he's calling out sick today.
Ryan, that's it for your sick leave. You're gonna have to start using your PTO after this.
Someday we'll get to Ghostbusters 2016, but not today.
You can't keep putting it off, Ryan. We have to do it. You know it.
So, getting into the intro. What is a B-list movie, Jeremy?
Low budget. Amateur.
You're forgetting the
Wait,
S word.
S word?
Schlock.
Schlock. Schlock. It just rolls off the tongue. Schlock.
I don't even know what kind of word that is.
I don't know, but it works. Can you describe it for me? Schlock.
Junk.
Junk.
I was watching this movie because Jeremy recommended it. I was expecting another Meth Gators or Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I got a freaking art movie.
This is not a goddamn art movie.
It is a
What is artsy? What's artsy about it? There's nothing left to interpret.
Because you're a mongoloid. You're a low IQ mongoloid who can't see the art in the movie.
Okay, first of all, what the is a mongoloid?
It's a well, if you would have read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy instead of just watching the movie, you'd know.
Of all the things you
But
could have called me,
it's
mongoloid.
it's an insult towards Mongolians.
All right, what was artsy about this? Wait, hold on. I'll let you get to the plot first.
Well, here's the plot. One, there's a killer tire going around killing people with psychokinesis. That's the B plot of the movie. And the A plot of the movie is the audience that's watching it.
And that's the plot.
It's something simple, really.
It really is, but complex at the same time.
When you recommended this movie to me, I thought it was just going to be a tire going around killing people and like killer tomatoes or killer clowns.
Well, do you see the description on IMDb?
I don't read much before I watch a movie.
Well, I'm reading. Here's the storyline description on IMDb. A homicidal car tire, discovering it has destructive psionic power, sets its sights on the desert town once a mysterious woman becomes its obsession. Does that sound like it's going to be killing things?
Yeah, that sounds like a B-list movie.
It sure does, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then you get to the other 75% of the movie, which makes it an art house movie.
I gotta say, for the first, I would say 35, 36-ish minutes or so, I was like, Cody is going to be bitching at me for this one.
Okay, I wrote down times.
Okay, fair enough, because I was also keeping track of time. And yes, I will say one of the biggest flaws about this is everything could have been condensed.
You know, audience at home that's used to our format, there's a reason I'm holding off on first thoughts. Just so you know, the first 6 minutes and 42 seconds of the movie, it's just complete nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, literal nonsense.
That's not even a joke. Like, it is literal nonsense. It opens up, there's like some like nerdy business guy standing around in the desert. He's holding a bunch of binoculars. Then there's like a whole bunch of like really weak looking chairs standing up. Car comes up, hits every single one of them.
That's California driving school for you.
Soon as and by the way, he's weaving around having to purposely hit all of them. Then the trunk opens up. A sheriff gets out of the back of the trunk, goes to the camera, starts talking, and it's setting up something very important. The concept of no reason.
Very powerful concept, because why, Cody?
No reason.
Life is full of it. For no reason.
And that's why it's establishing itself as an art house film. It doesn't want you to think too much about it. Why is there a killer tire going around? But as soon as the sheriff started talking, my eyes narrowed. I was like, did Jeremy just recommend an art house film?
I did not, goddammit. This is a B-list movie.
I immediately contact him and go, Jeremy, you recommended an art film,
And I said it's very B-listy.
Then I contact Ryan and go like, Ryan, this is an art film. You dodged a bullet with this one. And Ryan texts back, "Don't you mean I dodged the tire with this one?"
Ah, we miss you, Ryan.
So this movie is 82 minutes long. It's not till 8 minutes and 43 seconds which we get to see the tire for the very first time.
It's a really long 30, 40 minutes to start off.
I think we're ready. Jeremy, what are your first thoughts on this movie?
I thought it was going to be more of a killer tire. I mean, we did get quite a lot of killing, but in its defense, it did hit two of my three quotas for a B-list movie. Oh, did you remember what they are?
I remember one of them was like naked chicks, but we're not doing boob bonanza today because one, I'm upset, and two, we didn't get to see boobs.
You get the implication. You do get to see ass, though. So yes,
Yeah.
boobs
Then I
is one of them.
I slowed down the movie to like a quarter speed and looked to see if we got to see a nip slip, and we did.
We didn't get a nip slip. No boob bonanza today. But then gore and over the top violence. I wouldn't say this was like over the top violence, but we did get gore and we got some ass in it. So 2 out of 3.
Before I give my first thoughts, I do want to mention something too. That early in the movie, I started noticing real quick. This isn't hitting our normal B-list movie criteria. Like as soon as the sheriff started talking, his audio was extremely high quality. The tires
Camera
were,
work was good.
yep. The camera work was absolutely amazing. Like I noticed a few things. Like the people recording this had really good skills when it comes to shooting scenery. Camera work was amazing. As we went through the movie, special effects were where they needed to be. The acting, you wouldn't even know these were amateur actors.
Well
So
said.
for my first thoughts, like I already mentioned, I thought this was gonna be a B-list movie because Jeremy recommended it as a B-list movie. Came in, found an art film. I don't even like art films, but I absolutely love this movie as an art film.
Wow, that is not. I did not expect that.
Because you're mongoloid, you're not gonna understand what I'm gonna get at.
I know what you're gonna get at.
Okay,
Also, parts I like too.
okay, Jeremy, what's the overall message of this movie? Hold on, whoa, 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 whoa! Before you answer that, if you really want to watch this movie and you're gonna be surprised by an art film, there's gonna be spoilers ahead. We're about to probably spoil the whole big movie. So tune out and watch it yourself and return, or don't if you don't want to watch this kind of art film.
We watched it for you.
So Jeremy, what's the overall message of this movie?
That it doesn't have to make sense.
No,
Yes, they say it specifically.
that they're doing that as an art film thing.
Okay. And Satan's tire is rampaging now in Hollywood.
That's why you're mongoloid. You don't see the overall message of the movie. The overall message of the movie is without an audience, there is no movie.
Look
But
at you, buddy.
if there is an audience, they're going to meddle and they're going to be unhappy with the director's vision.
Look at you go. That's such an artsy take on it too.
It's a fucking art film.
It is not. God damn it.
But
Okay, the quality
no.
was of an art film.
I've got right here the Wikipedia definition for art film, and we're gonna read it and we're gonna compare. Okay.
Okay, fun fact time.
Now this is a fun Wikipedia reading time. Okay, first off, an art film, comma, art cinema, comma, or art house film is typically an independent film aimed at a niche market rather than a mass market audience. Does that fit the criteria of this movie?
Yes,
Yep.
so
Okay.
far.
It is intended to be a serious artistic work, often experimental and not designed for mass appeal.
Hmm. I'll kind of give you that one.
No,
Experimental going with it.
you're gonna definitely give me that one because no reason.
And experimental. Yeah, okay. I can see that.
It's a commentary on the audience. Next, made primarily for aesthetic reasons rather than commercial profit.
Okay, all right.
You gonna give me that one?
Yeah, I'll give you that one. That was an easy one.
Yep. Because here's a little fun fact for you: the budget on this was 800K.
Ooh,
Yeah, I bet you were.
800K.
Yep, I bet you thought it was like a $20 million project.
I mean, the quality's up there. Better than
And
some of the schlop that we get nowadays that are called blockbusters.
yeah, you wouldn't even known this was a low budget film because the camera work and all that's so good in it.
Okay, I will give you this in your defense. When I wasn't getting motion sick from the camera, I was like, oh, what did I just recommend?
Although we're not done yet, we're not even a third of the way done with this article, and containing Unconventional or highly symbiotic content.
Yeah, I can see that one.
Okay, good, because we're going to the next one. Film critics and film studies scholars typically define an art film as possessing formal qualities that mark them as different from mainstream Hollywood films.
Sure.
These qualities can include, among other elements, a sense of social realism. Jeremy, do you know what social realism is?
Yeah. Okay, I can see it.
An emphasis on authorial expressiveness of the director.
They mention his name a million times.
But do they show his artistic idea?
I would say so.
Yep. I mean, that's the overall commentary of the movie. And the focus on thoughts, dreams, or motivations of characters as opposed to an unfolding of a clear, goal driven story.
I don't know so much about goal-driven story on this one, but you're
Thoughts?
like you're 8 for 9.
No, no, this is definitely it because it focuses on the spectators.
All right, what?
A goal-driven story would be ending the tire. Okay, I'm not gonna read the rest of this, but
All right, yeah, it's pretty spot on. God damn it, Cody.
the,
Okay, I knew it didn't fit the.
the rest of this, the big thing to take away is it's aimed at smaller niche markets.
True, I can see that. Yeah. As soon as I saw the camera work, I knew it wasn't our typical B-lister.
You recommended a damn art film.
Oh, there we go. The
This
art
is-
boys.
This is B-list boys, not art boys. That's what I'm getting at. Is the whole movie's like a criticism over audiences, and like at the beginning of the movie, I got the impression that like after the rage subsided against Jeremy for recommended an art film, like I was noticing like right away like the sound quality was extremely high. There was insects flying around. Like the insects would be like you know how they're accidentally flying into the shot. Well, they went and added like special effects for these. Oh, the sound effects at least. And I got the idea right away. It's like they're using this to like show off like for a resume or something. Especially whenever the tire first wakes up, because the whole idea is after like the whole nonsense of no reason. That's basically telling you like, hey, don't think too much about the idea of this movie.
Right? But then it sure does make you think after a while.
Yeah, because it's an art film.
Well,
But
in this case, I'm going to say it fucking worked.
it did work, and that's why I like the movie as an art film. Because the big thing is this whole no reason spiel. It's not only being told to the audience at home. There is like a in studio, like, live audience, like I said, call them. The movie refers to them as the spectators, but the nerdy accountant business guy I told you about, yeah, he's like handing the binoculars over to these people so they can watch the tire because they're watching the tire as the tire's like learning and killing people, and they occasionally break the fourth wall. Like at one point, they're hungry, and like one of the kids goes and grabs this rabbit that the tire exploded, and like the dad of the kid's like, no, that's a fake rabbit. We can't eat that. So they're acknowledging like, yeah, the rabbit they blew up is fake.
Or thinking it's fake.
It was definitely fake. You can't do that with PETA. It's fine to kill a scorpion, but you can't kill a crow or a rabbit. All we see is like the tire just slowly rolling around, learning what water is, rolling over a bottle, getting pissed at it, and learning that it can blow up things. And it progressively goes around, starts blowing up bigger and bigger things until it starts killing people.
A very emotional tire.
But the big thing is we're just constantly moving over to like the audience watching the tire. They're not even interacting with it. They're just watching it kill people. Like they're watching a movie. We watch them argue with each other, and eventually, when the tire starts killing people, we get the what's called the turkey scene. Where for some reason, the like nerdy accountant guy has like a turkey in his like motel room with him, and you see him like pull out butcher knives, kill the thing, and feed it to them, and they're like eating it like animals, except for one guy. One guy doesn't eat it.
Wheelchair guy. He didn't eat it. He didn't partake.
But that's a very key thing because the turkey ends up it's poisonous. So the sheriff from earlier shows up, starts investigating the murder, and then like all the audience is dead except for one guy. And that's where you start getting into the art of the movie. So just out of nowhere, when it's assumed the audience is dead, the sheriff's like, "All right, everyone, we can go home now." All to the other cops because there's only like a few characters in this movie that know they're actors, and he's like trying to explain, like, "No, we don't. This person ain't dead. Like, we could just go home." And another one of the cops ends up like shooting him just to prove like, hey, this none of this is real. And then we find out like the wheelchair guy is still alive. Like, he seems to know, like, yeah, these guys are gonna try poisoning me or something. Jeremy, what is the audience member a metaphor for?
All right, go ahead.
You're not even gonna take a guess.
Nope.
Like I already said, he's kind of. It's supposed to be like the fickle, stubborn audience member.
The show must go on.
Yeah, because after the important thing where the sheriff figures out, like, there's someone still watching this, and the show must go on. And that's whenever the sheriff goes to the pool, and it's like goes back to interviewing the guy, and then whenever the guy's head explodes by the tire, he looks over the tire, and then if you noticed, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out like a piece of script, and then like reads it like plainly. Oh, it was a tire all along, because he didn't know the script because he didn't. The movie was already supposed to have ended.
Improvising from this point forward.
But the big thing is, it ends up leading to an ultimate showdown. Like they're trying to blow up the tire, and then that's when the audience member kind of hops in. He's like, he tells him, he's like, yeah, this plan of yours, it's like really boring. Like you can go in there and take a flamethrower, and it'd be or an RPG, and it'd be a lot more interesting.
Damn critics.
That's where the sheriff just grabs a shotgun, walks into the house, and you see off camera, you hear him firing the shotgun, and comes out with a destroyed tire. And like the wheelchair guy's like, oh, like that was boring. It's like, hey, why didn't you grab a flamethrower? And he's just criticizing the movie. And then that's when the tire rolls out, like reincarnated as a tricycle. And then the audience member's like all happy. It's like, oh, cute. We're not done yet. And then as soon as the tricycle kills the guy, that's when like the movie abruptly ends, pretty much. Do you know why, Jeremy?
All shows must come to an end.
I've told you this many times in this review already. No audience means no movie. The movie's over. You're not gonna get an epic conclusion because the director had a vision and he implemented his vision.
It's an interesting movie to say the least. And it has you at times thinking, well, is this really going on? Is the tire actually really killing people? Or are these people acting? And at one point, you do see the sheriff get a little concerned when they were first investigating the maid that got killed by the tire. And the sheriff specifically points out, he's like, oh, no, she's not dead. Just, shake her. Kick her a few times. She'll wake up. She doesn't wake up. And one of his officers says to him, she's cold. He goes, how cold? He starts getting a little concerned.
Yeah, because the movie was supposed to end already. Because when the movie ends, that means the actress is still alive.
Yeah, it's definitely not amateur work. You can even tell that with like the sets.
Yeah.
Just everything plays out pretty damn well.
Like I said, the camera works absolutely amazing, and
Cast is spot on.
yep, everything's like really, really good for this. It's the ideal art house film.
It works. There we go. Tairimo Art House Boys.
No,
You got it. This still is a B-list movie.
Yeah, to be fair, like even the official like readings of it say it's a B-list movie because of the plot of it. But
yeah.
Even though it's a B-list movie, this is more of an art film.
Which I can see after you thoroughly explained it from Wikipedia.
I didn't well, I explained the definition of art film, but I had to show you it. So now in the future, you'll know what an art house film is before you recommend it. But
well, how would I know before? Read that title and you tell me.
Jeremy, I figured out like less than 6 minutes of this movie was an art film, and I didn't even know all the criteria for it.
Okay, well, how am I supposed to know that before?
I'd say like now you know in the future, but you're not allowed to pick movies anymore.
Hey, I picked some good ones. I did pick Killer Clowns after all, and that's one of the greatest B-list movies of all time.
5 Diamonds and a kick in the nuts is still a kick in the nuts, Jeremy.
But you know what, Tony?
Are revoked.
You know what? The show goes on.
Not till the audience tunes out. You know what? I think I'm gonna make you watch the movie Wavelength next if you're gonna be doing this crap.
Hey, I still had a good time with the movie.
I did too, for different reasons. I feel like I should be sipping a cappuccino while wearing a beret inside of a hipster restaurant right now.
With your big ass turtleneck sweater.
Yep.
And loafers and slacks.
An iPhone. Here's a little fun fact, Jeremy. The tire's name is Robert.
At least they named it. Satan's tire. There was a good amount of dry little humor in there too. It kept the movie fun.
Yeah, whenever it's going for comedy, they did a really good job of it. I mean, it's supposed to be like a horror comedy movie, but
it just works really well somehow.
The main reason it works is because they established right away the no reason thing. Because they don't want you to think about the whole idea too much. They don't want you to think it's like, why is there a live audience looking at this? But that's not correct. There is no reason. There is no reason. There is a reason, and that's to be an art movie.
There's always a reason, even when there is no reason.
So they
We
play
watch a
it.
movie about people watching a movie.
It's 4D chess. All right, Jeremy, pass the topic on to you.
Cody, favorite scene and or death? And no, he can't say the chick. No
I
shower scene. That's way
was
too
gonna
easy.
say I liked
That's
her
a goddamn
ass.
cop out.
She had a nice
Yes.
ass.
Okay. Second favorite.
Oh, okay, well, the second favorite was whenever the audience members were commenting on her ass.
Okay, yeah. God damn it. I was gonna say the same damn thing. It was hilarious because they're like, well, you know what? It's not the greatest ass I've ever seen. But it looks fine from where I'm standing.
Yeah, I'd fuck her up the ass. What about you? Do you have anything else to say?
No, because that was gonna be my other favorite scene. God damn it.
We can-
Oh, I did like the showdown too, where they were trying to use the girl as a decoy, or the girl's decoy, the
yeah,
mannequin.
and she wasn't wanting to like read the lines. Like, this is stupid. Come
This
get
is
me, you
stupid. This
slut.
is too dirty. I can't say that. Come here, you slut. I've been a bad girl. It was hilarious listening to the sheriff say that shit when he took over for her. That's all I got.
I will leave you with something else. Some boys in action.
Ooh.
All right, Jeremy, on the killer tire portion of this movie, where would you die?
The killer tire portion?
Yep.
Hmm. Well, I would have been bored as a spectator, so I would have been out in the town somewhere. I would have died during the rampage. Probably it wouldn't even need to blow up my head. It would just roll right in front of me. I'd trip on them and hit my head on the sidewalk.
Head would explode on the sidewalk.
Yeah, then it would explode. All right, Cody, where do you die in the tire portion?
Oh, I would have been like at the pizza place, and for some reason the tire decided to
It wanted pizza.
roll by and blow everyone's head up. As long as there was no crow entrails on my pizza, I'd be happy.
Oh God, a very emotional tire. You know, I'm almost positive too when it's first introduced to water, it like rolls up to it. I swear to God, it was drinking. Like you could hear the slurping sounds.
That puddle scene was actually like really good too, because like it looked like an actual dirty puddle. That was the point in the movie where I was looking really close at it and see it's like, okay, what? How are they showing off the resume this on the resume this time?
I do love how much the tire loved to watch TV.
I mean, look at humans.
True, true.
Put
They
an
do it
old
for fun.
person in front of a TV, then they'll be happy for the rest of their lives. All right, Jeremy, final thoughts?
First 30/40 minutes were a little rough, very slow. But I actually did really enjoy this movie. Towards the end, the humor was enough to keep me entertained. The gore was enough to keep me entertained. I just wish it was a little bit faster and maybe more condensed. But overall, with that being said, of it being an art film, I think it was pretty spot on for what it was.
Like I said, after the fury of me figuring out this is an art film wore off, I ended up really enjoying it from an art film perspective. And usually I'm the mongoloid here. But if you enjoy art films, you'll definitely enjoy this. If you enjoy B-list movies, just don't. I mean, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, yeah, it doesn't take itself too seriously. Meth Gator, it doesn't take itself too seriously, but like this kind of movie, it does take itself too seriously. And you're not going to get a satisfying conclusion if you don't see the artsiness in it.
Through that, well said. I really was expecting like over the top action. I thought I was going to see a murdering, rampaging tire.
Well, I did
I mean,
too, and then you apparently didn't know what an art film was, so there you go.
hey, how would I buy that advertisement? You got to give me that.
Yeah, it
It's
pulls the
it's
wool over your
marketed to be a
eyes.
D-list movie. Yeah. So how would I know that beforehand?
You would have researched
Exactly.
that it was premiered at a film festival and won a bunch of film awards.
That tells me nothing.
All right, Jeremy, scale time.
Ooh.
So, on a scale of Mad Max Fury Road to Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive, where would you rank this?
Never seen Maximum Overdrive, but I assume it's on the lower end.
Yeah, it's we've used it on the scale before. I think it was the Killer Clown scale, but that's the where the semi trucks all come to life due to a meteor. And the main truck has like the Green Goblin face on the front of it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna rate it down there with that.
Well, I'm gonna go against the grain here and kind of rate it in the middle. It's not gonna be Fury Road, but it's an art film. Normally, I don't like art films, but I really love this one.
I really like Fury Road though. That's a hard scale.
Well, our scales are meant to be goofy, but then we get locked into stuff that's easy to scale, like Ghostbusters movies or Indiana Jones movies.
Right?
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to another episode of Tairimo Boys podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us how much you hate art movies. And don't forget to ring that motherfucking bell. Stay tuned for more episodes. Hopefully, we'll be back with Ghostbuster 2016 next week. And don't forget to watch the art film Wavelength, like Jeremy's gonna have to.
I'm sick.